Oh wait, let me turn off my heater. Oh shit. They had eaten breakfast at a coffee shop in the station building. Guys, okay, now then, are we really gonna do what I said, where we are going to pretty much recap what happened in episode 1, but in a different perspective? By chance, the inside of the shop had been decorated with Halloween colors, so it is October, since it was October, right? It seemed that Maria had really taken a liking to that, ever since she had been making a fuss inside the train about wanting to have a Halloween festival, without caring that she was attracting the attention of others. Halloween is popular in Europe and America, but people are hardly familiar with it at all in Japan. Oh, Nihon and Nippon. The shopping district was colorfully decorated with orange pumpkins, but the costume parades of children demanding sweets and saying trick or treat were nowhere in sight. Ooh. Oh, okay. You already look like one. Hanyu! Rosa! Oh shit, this is her perspective? Right. Old bastard must be uptight. While it wasn't completely full inside the train, there were enough people here that almost all of the seats were occupied. Among them, Maria was making a fuss, kicking her feet back and forth in her seat while Rosa scowled at her. Rosa had told her many times in a low voice to stop, but Maria was taking no notice whatsoever. She's rebellious. Once Maria gets this way, no matter how much you try to explain the situation or calm her, she doesn't listen. In the past, Rosa used to pamper Maria and give in to her at times like this. But that had probably been the problem. Almost certainly, the young Maria had formed the wrong impression that if she kept complaining noisily, her mother would give in and listen to her. The error had been brought to Rosa's attention through an educational book, and since then, she had hardened her heart so as not to pamper her beloved daughter. But Rosa could manage less and less mutual understanding with Maria, and it had become more and more common that she felt discouraged by her own powerlessness. Oh, that was really cute how she said that. It takes all that just to say trick or treat? It takes all that word just to say trick or treat? As Maria kicked her feet, a stout old woman sitting in the seat across from Maria picked out a candy out of her handbag and gave it to her. Calm her the fuck down. Uh-oh. Dude, she looks scary. Do we know this woman? There may not have been any malice in those words from the old woman, but it seemed that Rosa had taken it as an extremely in an extremely humiliating way.
Maria!
Oh shit. I hope it doesn't get uncomfortable. Oh god, don't tell me it is. What the fuck happened? Did she hit her? Oh, this again? Rosa's reflexively hit Maria violently on her cheek. Oh god. Can she not control herself? In a flash, Maria started crying loudly. Oh god, made the situation way fucking worse now. Rosa immediately snatched the candy from Maria's hand and stuck it out towards the dumbfounded old woman sitting next to them. She might be I bet she's probably scared.
うちの子に勝手にお菓子を与えないでください。
Oh god.
ごめんなさい。
Right, I'd be fucking scared too. Look at her. Breathing heavily, Rosa once again held the candy out to the old woman. The woman looked confused for a moment about what she should say, but then understood that perhaps her actions may have caused trouble for this parent and child, and she accepted the candy back, apologizing. She's very violent. She's very physical. Then, Rosa finally took notice of her surroundings. Everybody's watching, aren't they? Her daughter's clothes were all messed up. She was crying and shouting with her nose dripping, and there were many dumbfounded passengers watching them. Except for the sound of the train running, the rail car was completely silent. I hear people talking in the background. Fortunately, that pitiful silence didn't last more than a short while. However, in its place came an even more painful atmosphere as everyone whispered. Oh god. Maria shouted, cried, kicked and stomped her feet as usual, paying no heed to the people sitting around her. Impulsively, Rosa tried to slap her again. Oh fuck. Impulsively. Why is she so impulsive at this shit? It just comes naturally to her. But she noticed the cold eyes of the people in the train and couldn't do that anymore. When the train stopped, Rosa got off, forcibly pulling Maria by the arm and almost dragging her along the ground. As usual, Maria didn't stop crying. Rosa took her to the end of the platform and hit her cheek again. At the moment she was hit, Maria stopped crying for an instant, but before long, she shouted and cried even more than before. Rosa, whose emotions had exploded, grabbed Maria by her collar and pulled her hair as if to rip it out. Why she's so she's so impulsive, like I said. She's so physical. Why is she like this? Because I would like did something happen to her? Maybe it's something to do with the husband. Maybe she's angry. Because if this is this much of a regular occurrence, then I'm understanding why Maria acted that way in episode 1. Oh,
そのうーをやめなさいって言ってるでしょ。そんなんだからクラスにお友達ができないんでしょ。もっとしっかりしてよ。なんであんたはいつまでも頭の中が幼稚園なのよ。どうしてママの言うことが聞けないの。どうして
Along with those severe words, Rosa hit Maria's head over and over again. You're gonna make her The more Maria cried and shouted, the more Rosa hit her. And the more Maria was hit, the more intensely she cried and shouted. So nothing is happening. Like the situation isn't being helped at all. No, どうしてやめられないの。あんたがそんなんだから友達ができないのよ。あんたがそんなんだからパパの出張が終わらないのよ。あんたがそんなんだから私が。I feel like that's bullshit. She knows it is.
いかがされましたか。
何かご用ですか。
The one who timidly called to her was the station attendant. Rosa glared at him with a look that said, "Don't cut into the problems of a mother and child, stranger." The station attendant surely hadn't wanted to talk to her. However, Rosa had been yelling on the platform for a much longer time than she had imagined. Her emotional scolding had caused the passengers on the platform to advise the station attendant that it would be a good idea to speak to her. Rosa yelled at the station attendant that they would get on the next train and not to bother them anymore. And then finally, or maybe we should say for the second time, she noticed the passengers on the platform staring at her from the distance. This is very uncomfortable. Rosa sweated slightly. She felt the wind chill the sweat, tormenting her. Maria was still crying, shielding her own head. No, unless this beating stopped, she would probably keep crying forever. Oh my god, how uncomfortable is this? Something happened. She said, Dad won't come back. Okay, oh, now she's remorseful. So what is that shit? She said, it's because of you know, Maria acting the way she acts. It's because of that her husband, Maria's dad, won't come back. What is that supposed to mean? I feel like that's bullshit. Maybe she knows the real reason. I'm probably gonna find out. As Rosa recovered from the evil heat inside her head, she knew she had surrendered her soul to something bad again. What is that supposed to mean? Come back. Does she have multiple personalities? Rosa fell to her knees and hugged Maria, whose face was all soggy with tears and mucus. Oh.
Maria, ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ママ。おかえり。おかえり。
You know what this is making me think? Just like how Jessica mentioned in the last episode, two versions of herself. Maybe Maria was looking for this other version of her mother, but I don't know. Maybe this was this fucking I can't think of the word. Finally, Maria realized that her mother had turned back to being her mother. Yes, this is what I meant. Then she clung to her mother's body and cried, burying her face in her mother's chest.
悪いママを許して。悪いママを許して。本当にごめんなさい。ママをどうか嫌いにならないで。マリアは全然平気。ママを嫌いになんかならない。ママはまた悪い魔女に乗り移られていただけ。
Again.
でもママが帰ってきたから平気。悪い魔女にママはまた乗り移られていたの。ごめんね。本当にごめんね。
For a long time, the two of them hugged each other, asking for forgiveness and sending words of forgiveness back. This is just a very terrible... This is awful. I don't like this already. I want them to fix this shit because I don't like this at all. I feel a little nasty, a little uncomfortable at this whole situation. I don't like this shit. After a while, the two of them gradually calmed down and naturally drew their faces apart. Maria's face, Rosa's face were both deep red after crying their eyes out. Yeah, I hate this already.
マリアはハロウィンのお祭りがしたいの。ジョージお兄ちゃんやジェシカお姉ちゃんにかぼちゃマシュマロを見せてあげたかった。
Pumpkin marshmallows. That's cute. Oh, that is cute. Yo, this reminds me of a little lollipop just like that I ate in Mexico. That was a sweet which had been alongside the cash register at the shop where they had eaten breakfast. It was a fancy sweet that had a big orange marshmallow in the shape of a jack-o'-lantern stuck on the end of a stick. Oh, that looks so cute. Maria had wanted that and had insistently pestered for it. Rosa had disallowed it, saying that there was no way she would buy such a sweet right after they'd had breakfast.
じゃあマリア、 この町に売っているかどうかわからないけど、降りて探してみようか。ママ大好き、愛してる。
This is sad, not a little. This is sad.
私もよ、マリア。
The truth was that they had no time to waste loitering around at a stopover station. If they missed the airplane, they would fall half a day behind schedule. They should have left home with more time to spare, but she had ended up leaving late after spending too long choosing Maria's clothes. Because of that, Rosa had been a bit impatient since the morning. She looked at the clock. They should be getting on the next train immediately. But her daughter had firmly joined hands with her to go buy the sweet together, and that hand was warm. To Rosa right now, it was more important to regrow her bond with Maria. Maria was not only Rosa's beloved daughter, she was everything Rosa had. Yet every time Rosa's been pissed off, I've just gotten uncomfortable. Fortunately, she could see that there was a big supermarket right in front of the station. Maybe she wouldn't be able to find a sweet exactly like that one, but Maria would probably accept something similar. Besides, Rosa also couldn't show up with a face swelled from crying. She would have to fix her makeup.
あれと全く同じマシュマロは見つからないかもしれないけど、似たようなお菓子があるといいね。それで、いとこのみんなを一緒に驚かそうね。ママと一緒に買うお菓子なら何でもいい。
The two left the turnstiles of the station in this unknown town. Maria walked across the pedestrian crossing together with her mother, feeling very pleased, as though she was walking in an amusement park. Both faces were still deep red, but warmth could be seen between the two of them, mother and child, as they smiled at each other awkwardly. Very awkward, I gotta say. I'm starting to change my opinion on Rosa. I used to like her a lot, even though she did that one thing in episode 1. Knowing that it is, well, I mean, even then I knew it was regular, right? But now, seeing it again? Natsuki. She doesn't even know she's gonna die soon.
君か。なんでもない。考え事をするのに、ここが少し心地よかっただけだ。
今日の準備はすべて手配が終わっています。あとはお茶でも飲みながらくつろいで待とうではありませんか。
すまん。君にいつも面倒なことをすべて押し付けている。
どうか私をもっと頼ってはいただけませんか。私はあなたの妻です。
無論君にはいつも助けられているし、感謝もしている。だからこそ私は私の仕事に専念できる。
分かっています。お仕事のこと、そしてお父様の遺産の話ですね。
君には関係のないことだ。欲深な兄弟たちの腐肉の漁り合いに過ぎ。
大丈夫です。あなた、すべてうまくいきます。あなたのお仕事がうまくいかなかったことはありません。
Natsuki softly cuddled close to Krause's shoulder. I was gonna say, look, hearing that little and looking at his face, does he not like physical? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he don't like people. Period. She spoke words to reward Krause for the difficulties of his work, but Natsuki was herself the one who knew best that it wasn't going well. Oh. Krause's enterprises were something like a seesaw where a large amount of money swung. A big investment leads to a large return. But the swaying of a large-scale seesaw is large, yet sluggish, and is not something which shows immediate results. At times, he would make more investments so that the seesaw inclined faster towards the good side. Naturally, he did that because he had the confidence that, in a not-so-distant future, he would be able to recover all the investments made. However, the seesaw Krause chose never turned out as well as he would have liked them to. His foresight wasn't wrong, but times were slow. They never caught up with him. For example, think of a literal seesaw placed in a plank in a park. Due to its great popularity, there was always someone playing on it. So if he wanted to play, he would have to wait a long time for his turn. And then, one day, he found the seesaw vacant, straddled it, realizing he was the first to arrive. He had it all to himself. However, nobody got on the opposite side of the seesaw, so we couldn't play on it. And no matter how much time passed, nobody came to the opposite side of the seesaw. The seesaw is a popular piece of playground equipment. So if you waited, another person would definitely show up. Kraus noticed. The weather looked like it was getting worse. That's why nobody was coming out to play. But the seesaw is a popular piece of playground. What is that fucking noise? Playground equipment. So someone would definitely come. If he vacated his place because the weather seemed to be getting worse, someone would definitely snatch his place away. And he would end up only longingly gazing from a distance at someone else having fun playing on the seesaw again. On one side of the seesaw, he continued to wait patiently all alone. That was Kraus's current enterprises and situation. Dude,
私にもう少しの勇気と自分の先見性を信じる自信があればいつだって失敗はしなかった。
ええ、そうです。あなたの先見性はいつも間違っていません。あなただけがお父様の才覚を受け継いだのです。他の兄弟たちが誰も受け継がなかった天性のものを受け継がれた。
なのに私はそれを信じられず、いつも臆病に自らの事業を畳んできた。なぜ自分を信じることができないのか。自分を信じられない男を誰が信じる。誰も信じない。私はいつも敗者の座るべき椅子に自ら座り、親父にもお袋にも兄弟たちにも笑われる。私はいつになったらこのコンプレックスから解放されるのだ。いつになったら。
Only Natsuki knew. She knew of Kraus's anguish. As the eldest son of the Ushiromiya family, who would have to shoulder a big responsibility, he couldn't open his pained heart to anyone, and would always be compared to his father's great enterprises.
あなたが親族会議に専念できるよう、すべての手配を済ませています。すべて。
すまん。親父殿の件は問題ないかね。
はい。源氏と南條先生は私たちの味方です。あの強欲な兄弟たちを決してお父様には合わせません。
Wait a minute. I'll never allow those greedy siblings to meet father. What does she mean by that?
もしもし。はい、ゴーダです。
Oh, haven't seen him in a while.
ねえ、お任せください。年に一度の大仕事に腕が鳴っております。
Ingredients of varied colors had been gathered in the kitchen, and the preliminary arrangements had already been started. Oh, did I read that shit good or what? Even though it was still morning, the ingredients for dinner were already in saucepans and steaming. Oh shit. Normally, he had to deal with several assorted matters other than cooking, but on the day of the family conference, he could devote himself to it entirely. Tagoda, who was originally a chef, right, not a chief. This was surely the greatest gala occasion of the whole year.
ええ、ディナーには子牛のステーキを。
Calf steak. Is it that? I think that's veal, right?
素晴らしい肉がすでにホレイコで、今夜を待ちわびておりますよ。
Again, I forgot a baby calf. What is that shit? Oh, no, obviously a calf is a baby already.
まかないも今夜はぜひ期待してください。
It was rare for Goda to be in this good of a mood toward his fellow servants. To Goda, who boasted about being a chef who worked exclusively for the Ushiromiya family, being given the right to show off his cooking at the family conference was the greatest honor.
わかった。任せるのでよろしく頼む。あと、熊沢がそちらにいないか。
熊沢さんですか。 先ほど見かけましたが、こちらにはおりません。ゲストハウスの方へ準備に行かれたのではないでしょうか。
また油を売っているのか。いや、結構だ。では引き続きよろしく頼む。
I like this song, man. It sounds so cute.
ええ、万事このゴーダにお任せを。
Genji placed the telephone back on the receiver, sighing lightly. Thinking of Kumasawa, who was no doubt hiding and slacking off even though things were this busy. And the, oh Jesus fuck, the ostentatious Goda, who only felt like doing anything, who felt like doing, who only felt like doing anything on a day when he could show off. Genji sighed once again.
失礼します。ゲストハウスの各お部屋の準備が整いました。
お嬢様より、お子様方が泊まれるよう、4人分の用意をするようにとのご指示を賜りましたが、いかがいたしましょう。
今年は6年ぶりにバトラ様がお見えになるそうだ。
My boy
お嬢
Battler!
様もいとこ4人で夜更かしをされたいのだろう。準備するように。奥様にはお伝えしなくてよい。
そうですね。かしこまりました。
今夜は深夜勤で、そのまま明日は早朝勤か。しんどい2日間になりそうだな。
そういえば、台風が直撃するって天気予報で言っていますね。大丈夫でしょうか。
台風がよほどそれない限り、場合によっては親族の皆様方のお帰りの船に響くだろう。親族会議の日程が月曜か火曜あたりまで長引くかもしれない。長丁場になるだろうが、皆くれぐれも粗相のないように頼む。
Try your best.
シャノンは焦らぬよう落ち着いて、カノンは愛想よくご挨拶をするように。
はい。注意します。
注意します。
大切なお客様がお越しになられる日だ。くれぐれも粗相がないように。
Very important.
心得ています。いつだって。ここには大切なお客様しか訪れませんから。
カノン、今日は本当の意味で大切なお客様を迎える。心構えを改めるように。
はい。
シャノン、
は？
どうした？さっきから何かそわそわしているようだが、何か時間の約束でもあるのか？
いえ、なんでもありません。失礼いたしました。
姉さん、今日は大切なお客様がお越しになる日なんだよ。プライベートとは切り離すようにね。
プライベートなんか知りません。
Ha, sure. As Shannon blushed just a bit, she turned her gaze away from the clock. Was it about time for the airplane carrying the family to arrive in Nijima? She had thought she had been hiding the fact that her long-awaited reunion with George was making her heart palpitate, but Cannon, who stood by her side, understood her perfectly. Made her heart palpitate. Okay. Oh, we're over here now. Do we get to see my boy again?
シャノン、
Oh, what the hell? We're in the
これ
restroom
を
with him?
黙って受け取ってくれ。
Inside a bathroom stall, George was practicing something over and over, taking out a small velvet box, hitting in his pocket like a quick-draw desert gunman.
いや違うな。シャノンは牽引力のある男性が好きなんだ。もっと馬力がある感じじゃないとダメだ。
More powerful feeling
シ
to
ャ
it?
ノン、これを薬指につけるん
Oh,
だ。
that's very forceful. That's very direct. I don't know about that one.
命令だよ。
Oh, wait. Does she like being ordered around?
ああ、左手とちゃんと言わないと右手にされちゃうかもしれない。い いや、シャノンもそこまでかまととじゃないけど。でも、少しは自由意志がないとなんだかその、
Man, there's a lot of thought that goes to this, huh? Oh shit. As he crossed his arms, moaning and groaning, someone knocked on the door. George was startled back to reality.
お、ジョージ君、
Oh.
大丈夫か？腹の調子でも悪いのか？
ルドルフおじさん。大丈夫です。平気です。ご心配は無用です。
そっか。ならいいんだけどね。無理して生き見すぎるなよ。
Don't
尻が
strain
切れち
too
まうぜ。
much. Your ass will burst. Yikes. Rudolph washed his hands, laughing cheerfully, and left. George knew that the most embarrassing part hadn't been overheard, and he patted his chest in relief.
キリエ、ローザはまだ来ないのか？
まだよ。遅いわね。
天候調整中だからいいようなものを。これで普段通りのダイヤだったらあいつ乗り遅れちまうぜ。そしたらどうする気なんだあいつ。
ローザさんだっていい年の大人よ。なんとかするわ。兄って人はいくつになっても妹を子供扱いなのね。
親父だっていくつになっても子供だけどな。
だと？俺が子供ならおめえは赤ん坊じゃねえか。
That's my motherfucking boy right there.
バトラちゃん、高い高い。
Oh, we gonna pick him up?
やめろ、くすぐってやめ。
親子ってより悪ガキ仲間って感じね。ほら、いらしたわよ。
I love them all, man. I gotta say, I love them all.
ローザさんやないか。マリアちゃん、久しぶりやの。
久しぶり。
マリア、
Uh-oh.
お久しぶりです。でしょ？言ってごらん。
お久しぶりです。
That's
そうや。よく言えたな。ご褒美に飴玉あげような。あれ？どこにしまったんや。
ローザさん、お久しぶりです。マリアちゃんもお久しぶり。
ご無沙汰してます、キリエ姉さん、秀吉兄さんと。あら、バトラ君？大きくなったわね。
いやー今日は会うたびに言われてて恥ずかしいっすよ。
おう、ローザ、遅かったな。飛行機がダイヤ通りだったらギリギリってとこだったぜ。
ごめんなさい。列車の接続がうまくいかなくて。何？また天候調査中なの？
Oh my, oh dude, oh I love that we're seeing this.
ぼや
Honestly,
かないぼやかない。船で6時間も揺られるくらいなら飛行機でほんの30分の方がずっとマシよ。たとえ1時間余計に待たされたって全然早いんだから。
あれがマリアなのか。大きくなったな。成長期か。
前に会ったのは6年前？それは変わるわよ。女は心変わりがあればたった1日でも生まれ変わる生き物よ。
Maria noticed a big man who she didn't remember mixed along among the relatives and hid behind Rose's back, glaring at Battler.
おいバトラ、挨拶しろい。前にやったのが3歳の時じゃ。初対面も同じだぞ。
3歳じゃ覚えてねえよな。よ、マリア、久しぶり。大きくなったな。
マリア、バトラお兄ちゃんよ。ルドルフおじさんの息子さん。わかる？
おじさんの息子さんが、おじさんが息子さん。
I'm getting confused too. She was obviously on her guard. She must have found it frightening for a large guy like Battler to suddenly start speaking frankly to her. Battler noticed that as well and thought of various ways he might approach her. Then he noticed the sweet she had in her hand. Oh wait, it was the jack-o'-lantern sweet that Rosa had brought for her.
そっか。10月だからハロウィンか。
Am I tripping, or did this part right here not happen last time?
お菓子をくれなきゃいたずらしちゃうぞ。
Or maybe I forgot it. If you try to take a treat away from a small child, normally you'd expect them to cry and start a fuss. The adults thought that method wasn't good, but surprisingly, Maria looked pleased, her face splitting into a wide grin.
ハロウィンハロウィンほらママ、バトラもハロウィン知ってる。ほらほら
ほら、バトラお兄ちゃんと呼びなさい。ごめんね、バトラくん。
いやいや、気にしないっすよ。俺はバトラと呼んでくれ。俺もマリアって呼ぶからな。ほらマリア、ハロウィンだぞ。お菓子をくれなきゃいたずらしちゃうぞ。
I'm still fucking laughing at how long it takes to say trick or treat.
お菓子をくれなきゃいたずらしちゃうぞ。
You heard all that? From inside her handbag, Maria picked out a jack-o'-lantern sweet identical to the one she had in her hand and presented it to Battler. Wait, I think I remember this actually. It seemed that Battler accepting it was enough to confirm their friendship. The adults felt admiration at how children have their own ways of communicating. To Maria, who had been complaining that she wanted to have a Halloween festival, it must have felt like Battler was a friend since he knew about trick-or-treats. Her defensive posture from before was completely gone. Now, she was all merry, as though they had been friends for decades.
そうだな。日本じゃハロウィンってマイナーなイベントだよな。仮装行列で練り歩くなんて、向こうのニュースではよく見るけど、日本じゃ見たことないぜ。
マリアも仮装したかった。仮装していとこみんなでお菓子をくれなきゃいたずらしちゃうぞってやりたかった。
そっかそっか。今度俺と一緒にやろうな。マリアだったら何の仮装をして練り歩きたい？
魔女ベアトリーチェ。
Uh-oh, that must have frightened everybody.
おや、お嬢様、こんなところに。奥様が探しておいででしたよ。
探されたくねえからこんなところにいるんだぜ。どうせ、みなりは大丈夫かとか、言葉遣いをちゃんとするようにとか、お小言が言いたいだけに違いないぜ。
違いありません。
私はさ、なぜか親族会議の日になると、この魔女様が気になるんだよ。
ほう。それはまたどうしてでございましょう？
親族会議ってのは、じい様に連なる全ての一族老頭が集まる日だ。今年は6年ぶりにバトラも来るそうじゃねえか。そんな感じでさ、何十年かぶりに、今までずっと姿を現さなかった親族が、ひょっこりと現れるんじゃないかって。
That's a funny thing to say.
ほほう。
Wait a minute, wait! Are we gonna see like an actual different family member?
そんな親族がおりますでしょうか？
ベアトリーチェ様だよ。素性は誰も知らない。あるいは、大昔のじい様の愛人なのか。その子孫がひょっこりと現れて、授けた黄金を返せなんて言い出すかもしれないぜ。
クラウス様たちは、親方様の遺産問題で、今年も議論されるでしょうから。こうも魔女の黄金の話で盛り上がっては、黄金を与えた魔女本人が、そろそろおいでになってもおかしくありませんね。
熊沢さんはさ、辞めたり勤めたりと忙しいけど、現実さん並みに昔からここに出入りしてるわけでしょ？ベアトリーチェのこと、もっと知ってるんじゃないの？
さて、どうでしょうね。思い出そうにもこの老いぼれ、今朝の朝食すらも思い出せませんので。
熊沢さんはいっつもそういう言い方で逃げるけど、何か知ってそうなんだよな。知ってて物陰で笑ってるみたいな陰湿な雰囲気が時々するぜ。
これは手厳しい。隠し事など何もしておりません。私から申し上げられることは、ベアトリーチェ様は黄金の魔女であられて、この島の夜を支配されているもう一人の主人であられるということだけでございます。
じいさまの受け売りかよ。給料もらってるとはいえ、じいさまの妄言に付き合うのも大変だな。
ただ、これだけは申し上げられます。
何？
六軒島は太古の昔、小豆島と呼ばれて恐れられてきました。
Okay, we're getting somewhere. I thought they were going to talk about the fucking Torii gate that was supposed to be here, but disappeared.
小豆は悪食がなまったものと言われ、本当は悪食島と呼ばれていたのだと、漁民たちの間では伝えられておりました。
Azukijima from Akujiki-jima. Evil Appetite Island. That's a funny name.
前にも聞いたよ。この辺は暗礁が多くて海難事故が多かったから、領民たちが恐れてむやみに近づかなかったって話だろ。
悪食島には悪霊が住み着いていて、太古の昔から人々の魂を喰らい続けてきました。この島に関わり、命を奪われた人間はあまりにも多いのです。
それを旅の修験者だかなんだかが例の社を作って鎮魂したんで収まったってんじゃなかったっけ？うさんくせえ話だぜ。
その鎮魂の社はこの夏、暗き闇を引き裂く紫色の不気味な雷で打ち砕かれたとか。
Okay, so
その
that's...
話好きだな。確かに鎮魂の社が落雷でなくなっちまうなんて不気味だが、まあもともとオンボロだったしな。ちょっと高い波にでもさらわれたんじゃねえのかな。
眠りから目覚めた悪食島の悪霊がベアトリーチェ様を呼び寄せたのです。もしベアトリーチェ様が親族会議に訪れられるようなことがあったなら。
あったなら
Kumasawa kept silent for a moment there. Jessica, who wanted her to keep going, found that silence very eerie. Bitch, I'm finding it eerie. Once Kumasawa was satisfied that she had spoken Jessica just the right amount, she grinned broadly. Oh, bitch. She's evil like that.
さて、どんなことになるや。
Uh-oh, she's scaring her even further. Kumasawa is sadistic.
へえ、
Oh,
そいつは素敵じゃないかよ。
look at that old ass phone.
でしょ？たまには優雅な時間を得て、あなたの心を豊かにするのも、あなたの仕事に役に立つんじゃないかしら。
だな。心と財布は豊かじゃなきゃいけねえ。わかったよ。その日は開けておくことにする。予約を頼むぜ。
わかったわ。絶対よ。
ああ、よろしく頼む。愛してるぜ、キリエ。
Oh, 愛してる? After kissing the receiver. Oh, kissing the receiver? Rudolph hung up. They're very romantic. In front of his seat, there were many executives with their sleeves rolled up, eagerly awaiting the end of that phone call. He kissed the receiver in front of all of them?
待たせたぜ。アメリカから連絡は来たか。
はい。
Oh, yes, I remember
外線に
this.
デイル渡辺弁護士からです。おつなぎします。
結局のところ、感触はどうなんだ？
それが一つ芳しくないようでして。先方は裁判をも辞さないつもりのようです。
やっぱりごまかしきれねえかな。
Oh, shit.
繋いでくれ。
わかりました。
すぐに。
The executive ordered the secretarial. What the okay, so they're trying. The secretarial office to connect him to the external line. I don't know why it's hard for me to read some shit sometimes. Well, it's easier for me to read it, not for me to say it out loud. Immediately, the telephone in front of Rudolph started ringing.
もしもし。ハローハロー。お待たせしました。後宮です。どうもどうも。いかがですかそちらは。
Hello, President 後宮。
Oh, what?
挨拶は抜きで本題に入りましょう。いいニュースと悪いニュースがありますが、どちらを先にしますか？
Hit me with the bad news first. Get the good news. Yes, yeah. Hey, yo. You see?
デザートがないと頑張れないたちなんだ。
Right.
悪いニュースは先方が東方を告発する準備に入ったということです。
Okay.
つい先日、類似した裁判で原告が圧勝する判決が出されました。被告側も東方が主張するのとほぼ同じ内容で論戦していたのですが、全てにおいて却下されました。
Oh, fuck.
残念ながらこのまま法廷に臨めば東方の主張はことごとく却下される可能性が極めて高いでしょう。
Alright, we are fucked.
例の裁判、全滅だったか。うちより有利な条件だったと思ってたんだが。
Oh, that's
そりゃ
not
辛
good.
いな。で、いいニュースは？
Right, good news.
先方の幹部と接触できました。先方に東方の立ち位置を説明し、先方のブランドイメージを侵害する意図がないことを説明し、理解を得ることができました。先方は近日中に条件提示を行い、それらの履行が行われるなら告発を見送ると約束しました。取締役会のナンバー2による発言です。
感触は？
正直、非常に厳しいものになると予想されます。
Oh, fucking
東方
hard
の
asses.
想定
Okay.
は避けられないものとして、社名変更、ブランド名変更。
Wait, ours?
交渉の余地のあるものとして、和解金額、大手新聞への謝罪広告掲載、それらの履行期間と見ています。
うちに潰れろと一言言やいいのに、周りくどい奴らだぜ。
先方は近年2代目社長に交代したばかりで、まだ足固めが終わっていません。東方が徹底抗戦した場合、現社長に失点を与えたい勢力が何らかの利的工作をしかねないと懸念しています。そのため先方トップも本件を速やかに解決したいという思惑があるようです。そのため迅速な和解のために多少の条件緩和を引き出せる余地も残っているかもしれません。
いずれにせよ、とんでもねえ金が必要になるか。
その覚悟は必要です。そしてそれでも懲罰的賠償金よりははるかに安いかと。
ありがとう先生。また進展があったら連絡してください。先生は高級鳥だからヨタ話もできねえ。サンキューサンキュー。グッバイ。
Rudolph hung up the phone. It seemed that the executives sitting in the reception seats could guess what had been said.
聞こえたか野郎ども。
You'll reprimand.
まあそうじるとだ。金さえ積みや堪忍してやるぜってわけだ。
If we could just pay them off, they're gonna let us slide.
あとは金の高だけを争点にすりゃいい。
しかし社長、渡辺氏の示した和解金の想定額はあまりにも膨大。それだけの余裕はありません。
こんなことになるって分かってたら多角化なんて始めんじゃなかったぜ。
3年しのげれば資金的危機は脱出できる計算でした。まさかここで刺されるなんて本当についてない。
ホップステップジャンプのステップでこけちまったんだもんな。泣けるぜ。
メインバンクから金を引っ張るしかありません。
銀行はまずいな。連中は勝ち馬にしか金を出さん。景気は上向いてるが銀行に弱みは見せられねえ。
社長、母外に資金はありますか？我々の把握していない資金です。
よせやい。 俺がそういう男に見えるかよ。俺の財布の中身は全てお前らに晒してるぜ。そこにある帳簿が我が社の全てだ。
なら、金策が必要です。数百万ドル単位を引っ張れるスポンサーが大至急必要です。
社長の交友関係でなんとかなりませんでしょうか。
社長
Oh, fuck. You're throwing the pressure on.
落ち着けてめえら。金策は俺が何とかする。お前らはガタガタせずに業務を維持しろ。金さえ積めば向こうは許すと言ってるんだ。すでに俺たちはアジアに太いパイプを持ってる。いろいろ響くだろうが取引は維持できる。要は金さえ積めりゃ全て解決できる問題なんだ。見てろ、俺が全て解決する。お前らを路頭に迷わせなんかしねえぞ。大船に乗った気でいろい。無事に解決したらお前ら全員をシャンパンタワーでねぎらってやるぜ。
シャンパンタワー、bitch?
だから黙って俺についてこい。
Well, that never ended up happening.
いいな。
I just love that family. Battler's family, specifically. I love them. I love all of them. I like Kyrie. I still don't know how to pronounce her name. I like Kyrie. I like Rudolph. I like Battler. I love all three of them, dude. Also, I love George. His dad is kind of cool. His mom, though, she's a little bit of a bitch. I don't know how to feel about her. Rosa's family. Rosa, she's a little too physical. I like Maria, though. She's cute. Jessica's family, I like Jessica. I like Natsuki, even though she can be a little abrasive and hard, just like... You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm noticing a lot of the women, they're very fucking forceful. Natsuki can be very mean sometimes to the servants. Ava... She barks all the time. She is very mean. Rosa, we just saw her beat the hell out of her own kid. A lot of these women are fucking, let's say, abrasive, except for Kyrie. She's the only one that's not mean. Or at least physical, I guess, in some sort of way. Even though Ava, she ain't physical, even though she does know how to fight. She didn't show any of it, though. Kraus, there's something about that motherfucker that I don't like. There's something about his relationship with Natsuki that I don't know about. He doesn't seem to, let's say, we did see he does seem vulnerable, but he doesn't seem like he would, I guess, show gestures. Maybe he has his own way of showing him love. The airplane suddenly shook, probably because of the turbulence. That shaking roused Rudolph from his sleep. He had awoken up early that morning and had ended up drifting off to sleep while resting in his seat.
大丈夫？まだだいぶ眠いんじゃないの？このところだいぶ仕事が忙しかったようだし。
仕事が忙しいなんて大いに結構じゃねえか。俺が暇になっちまったら俺たち明日から路頭に迷うぜ。
そうね。バトラ君も帰ってきたんだから二人で物乞いすればいいって問題じゃないわよ。
そうだな。6年ぶりに家族が揃ったんだからな。
Oh, look at how beautiful this looks.
家族水入らずで過ごせるよう課長が頑張らねえとな。
When he looked outside the window, he saw that the airplane was already starting to drop in altitude considerably. The fishing boats, which had only looked like black grains until a short while ago, had become clearly visible. Oh,
親父に土下座して。げんこつ一発で1000万借りられるなら1ダースくらいもらっときてえところなんだからさもなきゃとっととお隠れになってくれりゃいいんだが散々すねをかじって今度は遺産目当てか。俺は地獄行きだな。
Right, I was gonna say that's a very you're such a nice son for thinking like that.
親父も会いたくはないだろうよ。
まさか今年も親族会議にお出にならないつもりですか
な。Nanjo looked at Ginzo's face, sighing. Ginzo's eyes remained rooted to those strange magic books.
ハゲタカどもの議論に加わるつもりはない。 好きに我が骨のしゃぶり方でも議論するがよかろう。実にくだらぬ。
やれやれ。
なぜ？
困ったものですな。
Nanjo shook his head slightly. To him, children and grandchildren were to be adored, and he believed that their growth was the only enjoyment for old men. He found Ginzo's words to be a very sad thing.
この部屋を出るべき時が来れば私は姿を現す。あれが姿を未だ現さぬようにな。
Ginzo raised his face, and in the direction of his gaze was the portrait of the witch respectfully displayed on the wall. I'm looking at it right there. Inside Ginzo's head, there was no conception of today. Right, I read that right, conception of today being the day of the family conference. The day when all his dear family would gather together. There was only the face of the witch in the oil painting, who never smiled outside her portrait. Everybody knew that when Ginzo talked about Beatrice unnecessarily cutting in would instigate his wrath.
私は今日ある儀式を執り行う。
Okay.
それは何ですかな？
He looks a little scared at that.
儀式というよりは博打に近い。
Okay.
なぜならリスクを負わぬ魔法に奇跡は宿らぬからだ。
No miracles dwell in magic without risk. You know what? I like that. I like that shit. Nanjo had already heard this countless times. I like that. That's like his. I like that fucking sentence he says a lot. That shit, I like it. You could call it Ginzo's favorite phrase. Yes, his catchphrase. It seemed that Ginzo believed in magic and miracles, arising through betting his own fate with a certain kind of risky probability and beating the odds.
かつて黄金のギャンブラーと言われた金蔵さんが、いつお迎えが来てもおかしくないそのご老体で、一体どんな博打に挑みますやら。これは見ものですな。
なるほど。研究を尽くした秘術の儀式も魔法に長けぬお前にかかれば博打呼ばわりか。まあいい。奇跡を信じる私が勝てば、お前の目には水鏡にしか見えなかったであろう我が研究のすべてがこの日に結実したことをはっきりと理解できるだろう。お前が勝てば見たままの通りいつ迎えが来てもおかしくない年寄りの水鏡に終わるだけだ。
一体どんなギャンブルを始めるやら。あなたの友人としてその賭けに、いや儀式でしたから。その儀式にあなたが勝てるよう心からお祈りするだけです。
感謝する。
そういえば金蔵さん、今年の親族会議には懐かしい客がおられるそうですな。
Yes, this is the second time they brought this up. What do they mean? I have no idea who the hell they could be talking. I mean, I guess could they be talking about Beatrice? That's the only person I'm thinking about. Or maybe, because I remember in the intro cinematic, it shows a lot of characters that I do not, we haven't seen them yet. Maybe we're gonna see one of them? I don't know.
Nani?
Ginzo reacted in an unusual way to Nanjo's words and turned around.
ほら、ルドルフさんのところのバトラ君です。
Oh, wait, what?
6年ぶりにおいでになるそうじゃありませんか。きっと立派になっていますよ。
なんだ、バトラか。
Does he hate Battler? Come on. I mean, has he interacted at all with Battler? Maybe once.
6年ぶり程度の客人など懐かしいなどと呼びはせぬ。
Upon hearing Battler's name, he showed an ill-humored expression, as though he had been let down, and turned his back to Nanjo again. Aww.
金蔵さんにとっての6年など、 この部屋で研究に没頭すれば、あっという間のことでしょうからな。
本当に懐かしい客は、あるいは訪れるかもしれん。すべてはルーレットの出目次第だ。すでにルーレットは回り始めている。ルージュか、ノワールか。今宵、ルーレットがどんな奇跡を見せてくれるのか楽しませてもらおうではないか。配当は大きいぞ。そして負ける気はせぬ。ベアトリーチェよ、我が賭けを受けるがいい。
Just then, the telephone on the table rang. That piercing noise seemed to displease Kenzo, and he picked up the receiver in order to preserve the silence as much as he could.
何事か。私は忙しい。
現時でございます。親族の皆様方が到着なされました。
だからどうしたというのだ。適当に茶でも出せばよい。
かしこまりました。そのようにいたします。
Ginzo hung up the phone rudely. Watching him, Nanjo sighed yet again and shifted his attention outside the window. As he was now, Ginzo would probably show no interest in any kind of guest. Was there any guest who could make Ginzo agree to come out when he should? He had one person in mind, but that guest was one who could not possibly appear. I swear if fucking that bitch appears. I swear if that bitch appears. After a glance at the witch of the portrait and her candid expression, which he could not place as happy or sad, Nanjo gazed up at the leaden sky. I thought it said lesbian sky. Tell me why dude, what? Okay, twice? I expected to hear her fucking laugh. What? Why are we here again? Answer. Now then, are the pieces all lined up? Let us start a new game with the pieces all lined up once more. What is happening? What is happening? Battle my fucking boy! This the original battler? This my motherfucking boy? The witch looked at him in a challenge. Wait, let me... Cause I was so confused where this was going. The witch looked at him in challenge while elegantly smoking her pipe. And battler, he just slovenly shrugged his shoulders as though she wasn't worth his time. He wouldn't look at her in the eyes, but that didn't mean he wasn't going to play. It signified his plain determination to never be taken in by the whatever the fuck of this being he faced. It was an expression of his powerful determination to fight. I spit all over the fucking... What the fuck is gonna happen?
もちろんそうさせていただくぞ。お前の守りをいかに崩すか、なんてで詰めるか。わらわの腕の見せ所よ。
お前がどんな手で来ようが、俺はお前を信じない。その一点を俺が貫き通す限り、俺に負けはない。
That's fucking right, my boy. His fucking... Oh shit, what did I press? He's fucking living up to his fucking name. That's what my boy's called, Battler.
ってことはだ。このゲームはお前に勝てないようにできてるぜ。
そうかもしれん。しかしな、ゲームを何度繰り返すかはわらわが決めるぞ。
How many times we can repeat this game?
そしてわらわが勝ち、そなたが負けを認めるまで
I see what you're trying to
何度で
do.
も繰り返されるぞ。
I've seen that trick before.
つまりこれは災難よ。そなたがわらわに屈服するまで続く永遠の災難。
One of us gonna break and it ain't fucking me.
そなたが
It
わ
ain't
ら
my
わ
boy.
魔女の存在を認めるまで永遠に続く。
なら、俺もお前が根負けするまで何度でも無限に付き合ってやるぜ。 意地の張り合いってやつでは負けた例がね
That's fucking right. That's my
どこ
boy.
ぞの魔女にでも入れ知恵されたかまあよい。
コタクは聞き飽きたぜ。さあ、おっ始めやがれ。
さあ、始めようではないか。
Let's
そ
motherfucking
なたに
go.
指しては、すでに知り尽くしておる。手の内を知られた守りなど、たかが知れておる。同じ手でしのぎきれると思うでないぞ。
ベアトリーチェ、一つだけ最初に言っておくことがある。
Okay.
なんだ。
お前が何をのたまおうと自由だ。だが、俺が信じるかどうか、俺が自分で決める。
Wait, I skipped. Oh my god. Why did I have to press it? You're free to say anything, but when it comes to whether I believe or not, that is always for me to
貴
decide.
様の魔法がどれほどのものだったとしても、俺の魂は屈しない。
That's
これは
right.
俺への拷問だと？違うね。
ならばなんだというのか。
これはお前への拷問なのさ。
That's fucking right. Push the unbendable will. You can't break my boy. You can't. You throw that motherfucker down and gets back up every fucking time. Oh, what's
お
happening?
前がいつ俺に屈し諦めるか。それまで繰り返される拷問なのさ。
Over and over again. That's motherfucking
面
right.
白いかな。その例えやよし。互いを苛み合う拷問とは実に面白い。さーて、始めようではないか。
This is the only thing that's gonna make this bitch not bored.
後ろ宮バトラー
What was that? I fucking believe in my boy no matter motherfucking what. Oh my god. I'm so happy I fucking watched this episode, dude. I'm so fucking hyped right now. But I'm gonna have to end this. Guest of honor. I swear to god if we see that bitch, I swear we're gonna see her, man. Man, this ending part had me so hyped. I am so ready. I gotta edit this. You know what? Should I keep playing? Maybe I should keep playing. You know what? I guess depending on how long it takes me to upload this, I might do another episode. Either way, yo, this episode had me fucking hyped towards the end. My fucking boy. So, if I'm getting things right, we basically just got some background knowledge on what happened in episode 1. And up until right now, we're gonna play another game. So, as she said, the day is gonna keep repeating. These last days are gonna keep repeating over and over again. In sort of like a chess type game thing. I don't know what's gonna change. I don't know how one would win over the other. Obviously I'm gonna learn as I play. Whatever the fuck happens, I'm gonna believe in my boy Battler, cause my boy know what's up. How am I not gonna fucking believe in my boy Battler? He's my we've been with this motherfucker since the beginning. I like his attitude. He doesn't give up. You knock him down, he gets right back up. He's gonna keep fighting. He's gonna keep throwing punches. He's tired? No, the fuck he ain't. He's gonna keep swinging. He's a bad motherfucker, and I like him. But that was episode... Let me just look real quick. That was chapter... I don't even know what chapter... Whatever chapter that was, I don't know. I'll do another one. You know what? I'm gonna end it right now.